Okay, I've got some sound there and I'm going to share my screen. As you can see, I'm over here at the BISS 1123 website at Moodle Room, and I'm going to take a look today at case number 6, access case 6, and that one is over on page 285. That's Uber Audio Lab. So we'll pop over there. It's over on page 285 in the Solve It textbook, and we're going to go through it again. As I've said before, this is not, let me repeat, this is not a supplement for class. So this is, we'll take a look at this, and first thing we need to do, obviously, is we need to get the Solve It website file. And so we'll click for Control Find. And go to Solve It student files. And of course, as usual, we want to get the Solve It Chapter 5 web database. We're going to put it on the desktop. And today we're going to save this, and I'm just going to rename it as Access Case 6. All right? And then this is what you'll upload for Case 6 when you do the file. Now, we're going to enable the content, and then as usual, come in here, we'll take a look for the table that works with this, and we're going to see. We'll make sure this says all access objects. And we're going to see something a little bit different than we've noticed before. We're going to see Uber A, which is case 6, a table, and Uber B. And we're going to link these two tables up today so we can run a query. Now, they're on page 210, Uber Audio. It wasn't page 205, it's page 210, which is case 6. Pardon me. Access case 6, which is 210. I gave you the one for the web cases, but it's access. It's page 210. It's access case 6. Okay, my apologies about that. Now, they give us some information about this company. They're an audio lab, and they've got a bunch of titles. Music tells us all types of information about the company, as it usually does in pages 210 and 211. And then they talk about that they've got some coding systems that they've created. And there are two tables, a music interest table, which is in table A. That's Uber A, and then Uber B. So you'll see we have two tables here. Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, we're going to link these two tables up. And as I figured, yes, we're going to do that for sure. Now, so at the bottom of page 212, there are a series of tasks, and they say 6 tasks in this case. This is page 212. Link the two tables, Uber A and Uber B, on the org field. So we're going to come up into, and this is a little bit different what we've done. We're going to click on the Database Tools tab. We're going to click Relationships. Okay, we'll open that up. We're going to show a table, and we're going to choose Uber A. We'll add that, and we're going to add Uber B. Don't add C because that's for case 10, which we're not going to do. And we'll open up these two tables, and you'll see both of them have a field called org, okay, O-R-G, and we're going to link these two tables. I'm going to take my cursor right here, okay, in table A, and just bring it over. You'll see the little plus sign that comes up next to my cursor. And on this, I'm not going to enforce the, I'm not going to click the enforce referential integrity, and we'll just create the link. Okay, that's a little bit of an advanced thing that we'll talk about at a later date. So we've linked these two tables, and they're linked on the organization field. Okay, well, let's close them. So we've done task number 1. We'll save that yes. On task number 2, it says create a report for marketing purposes that lists all customers separated in alphabetical organizational groups. The fields containing describing the music interests and addresses are not needed. Each group should contain one organization with the records sorted alphabetically by last name within these groups. All right, so we're going to do this. We'll click create, and we're going to go into the query design. And I'm going to click Uber A, add it. I'm going to add Uber B, add it, and we'll close. And what we'll see here is we have one table that has the name of our contacts, and then their music interests, and then the organization they're with. And then you'll see here's a second table, and table B has the organization's name, its address, its city, and state. So we separated the contact data, okay, versus the address data and all that stuff. Well, now we're ready to create a report for list all customers separate alphabetical organizational groups. So we're gonna get the last name, we're gonna get the first name, and fields of interests and addresses are not both organizations. And so we'll click organization. And they want and this is task number 2, and we want this record sorted alphabetically by last name. So we're going to go ahead and put the organization into ascending order, so it's alphabetized. And let's go up and take a look, and you'll see the name of those contacts. And we're going to save this, and this will be case 6 task 2. Okay, case 6 task 2. We'll click OK, and we've got that done. So now we have them listed alphabetically. Now they want a report, so we're going to close this off, and of course we're going to then create a report. So click report, and we're doing the report wizard, and we're going to find that query case 6, the query case 6 task 2. We're going to get everything, and then we'll click next, and we want it sorted by organization, and then we want to click, we'll click last name. We don't really need to do that. Let's just click next, and watch what we're going to do. We're going to put last name in ascending order. We'll click next, and we're going to use a stepped pattern for this, and there's our report. Because we have so few fields, you can see how nice a report can look if you have a reasonable search without a tremendous number of fields. So basically we've done task 2. We have it by the organization, by the last name in alphabetical order. No big deal there. So we'll click that off. We've done task 2, and there's the record, the form view. And then you scroll down, and that makes sure it says all access objects up here, so you can see the query that we created and the report we created from the query. You say, could I have created that to report just from the tables without running the query? Well, I could, but it'd be kind of problematic, because then you have to go into the report function itself and work. So it's always better to do the query and then generate the report. Task number 3 that says design this report or professional document, title, group headings, any other useful thing you think, print the report. Forget about step 3. We could just basically put in a title. I'll reopen it back up here for a minute. We could put it in layout view, and we could retitle this, do some other things to make it look nice. But so task 3, not a big deal. It says, design a custom label with 4 lines of information that could be used as a mailing label. This is task number 4. This is something you should have done 1103. If you didn't, this is a good time to do it. We're going to click create, okay? And then we're going to click labels, okay? And we're just going to stick with the Avery, which is the default. We'll click next, okay? And we'll click next. And here we want to go back and we want to get, let me cancel this for just a minute. Let's, label. All righty, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click labels. I'll click next. I think we may need to run a query on this. Yeah. Okay, let's cancel this out for a minute. Let's click create, query design, and take a phone call here. Hello. Hi, sweetheart. Yeah. As soon as I'm through recording in this class session, I'll come home. Yeah. That's okay. I'm doing a little screencast thing here. So, but once I'm finished, I'll give you a buzz back. I'm going to leave here in about 30 or 40 minutes. Okay. What's that? Oh, okay. All righty. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I will do. All right. I love you. Talk to you later. All right. Okay. You bet. Bye-bye. You bye-bye. Okay, folks, that was the boss. And I always take calls from the boss. We're going to add Uber A, Uber B, okay? And I'm going to get the last name, the first name, okay? I'm going to get the organization's name, its address, the city, the state, the country, and the zip code, all right? I have everything except the music interests because I'm not interested in them, or the I want the organization name, but I don't care about the little abbreviation. That's what we've used to link the 2 tables. Now we'll view this. Here it is, okay? And we're going to save this, okay, as case 6 task 4. And we should be able, we'll click on that. And now let's try to do we'll click create. We'll try to do our labels now. There it is. Now what I did there is I made sure I created the query for case 6 task 4. Now that I've created the query, I can go ahead and create the labels. So I'm going to have the first name, okay, and then I'm going to put a comma. I'm not going to put a comma, put a first name and a space, and then the last name. Then I'll click enter. And I'm going to put in the organization. It needs to be 4 lines, so I think we'll be okay. I'll click organization. And then we'll press enter, and we'll put the address. Okay, then a space, then the city, a comma, then a space. Country, we're going to add that, then a space, then the zip, and there we have their first name and their last name, the organization, and then the address, the street address, the city, let's see, now we need to do something here. We need to add the state in. So we want to go ahead and backspace on all of that third line. So I want the third line, I want the address. There we go. And then on the fourth line, I'm going to add the city, comma, and then add the state, and then add a space. I'm at the country, and then the zip code. And there I have my 4 lines of my mailing label. I have the first name and then the last name, the organization, address, the city and state. And so they've got that ready to go. Now, probably at the post office, they'll want them done by zip code, but we're okay. We'll click next. And it says we can sort them by, and we want to sort them by zip code. We'll click next, and we'll finish. And there's our labels. Isn't that pretty? And they're all sorted by zip codes. And we have our labels. We'll close the print preview, and we have report, and then we have the labels. Okay. So we're good to go there. We'll back up just to see what it looks like. Very nicely done. Isn't that pretty? Nicely done. All right. Now, my friends, we're ready to do task 5. It says Uber Arcanium has recently obtained some new hip hop and hard rock sound pre-report of all USA customers with 1 of 2 interest music, 39 or 47 in all of USA customers with 1 of 2 music interests, 39 or 47. Now, up in the case they talk about 39 is hard rock, 47 is hip hop. And see, this is 5 at the bottom of page 212. A printer report of all USA customers with 1 of 2 music interests, 39 or 47 of these areas, as either their primary or secondary music interest. Be careful with the Boolean logic in this problem. Okay. So I'm going to click create. And I'm going to do a query. This is a little tricky. I'll get Uber A, Uber B, okay? And I'm going to start with their first name, their last name, and I'm going to get their organization, their country, and then their music interest A, and music interest B. Okay. Now, under the country, I'm going to have to do, under country, I'm going to come to the criteria, and I'm going to put USA. And then at the OR, I'm also going to put USA. I'm going to do an intersection, okay? And then for music interest A, I'm going to put a 39 or 47. And then for music interest B, I'm going to put in the OR column 39 or 47. And this should give us what we want. Now, I want to stop for a minute and talk about this very quickly. Here's what we've done. For country, we've created an intersection so that we get anybody who fits the set of their music interest is 39. We'll combine that with anybody whose music interest is 47. Now that's for music interest A. For music interest B, it's the same story there because on the OR line here, we did that union. We get anybody from the USA and anybody whose music interest is a 39 or 47. I think this will work. Let's check and see. And there we are. Okay. Now we want anybody. Now, as you look at this, notice this. Let's go back here for just a minute, okay? And for the music interests, I'm going to sort them in ascending order. Let's see what that does for us. We'll see what that does. There we go. Now this will notice, this will show us, we wanted to know, do they have a music of interest in 39 or 47? And are they USA, USA, USA? And of course, as we talked about before, we can suppress this USA. We'll still get the same thing. And then we can just label this as we want to. And we'll go back up here. And we're going to say this will be case 6, task 5. All right. Now they're on at the bottom of page 212. This on task number 6. It says the current system uses codes for data in the music fields. The user of the system, the recipients of reports must know what these codes mean. Devise a way to include the meaning for these codes in the database. You'll need to make up meanings for each. Okay, well, let's close this off. So we've done the queries. And again, you say, well, this sounds familiar because it sounds like it's a job for a lookup column. And yes, it is. I can't remember which of these had the music interest. Here we are. On this Uber A, okay, as we've talked about before, for the music interest A column or field, or the music interest B field, we could create a music interest A table, lookup table. We've done this a few times, and we could create a music interest B lookup table, and we would be done with it. So we had a couple of things we did here. First of all, we combined a couple of tables on a field. Then we ran a kind of a little bit complex query where we utilized the criteria, or in other words, we used the union for music interests and for countries, so that we could get anybody in the United States whose music interest was 39 or 47. And my friends, you save that as access case number 6, and that will be done. So I'm going to go back to the meeting here for a moment. All right, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay, and I'm going to stop the recording and end the meeting. Thanks a lot for your time.